An ancient device so advanced, modern scientists once thought it had to be a hoax. A set of caves so precisely carved, engineers still can't agree on how ancient people built them. A manuscript written in a language that has never been translated by anyone, ever. These aren't legends. These are real, physical objects and places, sitting in museums, mountains, and libraries right now. And after decades of research, we still don't fully understand how or why they exist. Here are 5 ancient mysteries that continue to baffle historians and scientists to this day. This is Mystery Vault.
If you're new here, this channel covers real unsolved mysteries backed by actual evidence and research. If that's your thing, subscribe, because these 5 cases are some of the strangest in recorded history.
In 1901, divers searching a shipwreck near a small Greek island discovered a corroded lump of bronze and largely ignored it for years. Decades later, researchers realized what they had actually found: an incredibly complex mechanical device containing dozens of precisely cut bronze gears dating back over 2,000 years later. Using modern X-ray imaging, scientists eventually determined the device was used to track astronomical positions, predict eclipses, and even calculate the timing of ancient Olympic.
What baffles researchers most is the level of engineering precision involved. Devices with this level of mechanical complexity weren't believed to exist again until over 1,000 years later, during the European Renaissance. To this day, no other device even remotely similar has ever been found from that era, leaving researchers to wonder whether this was a rare, one-of-a-kind creation or evidence of a lost tradition of ancient engineering we still don't fully understand.
In 1992, villagers in China's Zhejiang province drained a series of deep ponds, revealing something no one expected: massive, hand-carved underground caverns, hidden for possibly over 1,000 years. The caves feature towering chambers, smooth carved walls, and support pillars, all carefully chiseled out of solid rock using what appear to be only basic hand tools. Remarkably, there are no historical records, no local legends, and no ancient documents that clearly explain who built the caves, when exactly they were constructed, or why. Engineers estimate that excavating this much solid rock using only ancient tools would have required an enormous, highly organized workforce over a significant span of time. Yet despite the scale of the project, there is almost no definitive historical record explaining its purpose or its builders. An unusual gap for a project of this size. Held today at Yale University, the Voynich Manuscript is a roughly 240-page book filled with flowing, elegant handwriting in a script that doesn't match any known language, living or dead. The manuscript also contains detailed illustrations of unidentifiable plants, strange astronomical diagrams, and small figures bathing in interconnected pools of green liquid. Radiocarbon dating has confirmed the manuscript's pages date back to the early 1400s, ruling out theories that it was a more modern hoax. Since its rediscovery in the early 1900s, some of the most skilled cryptographers and linguists in the world, including codebreakers from both world wars, have attempted to decode it. Despite over a century of analysis, no one has ever successfully translated a single confirmed sentence of the text.
Across a remote desert plain in southern Peru, enormous geometric shapes and animal figures are etched into the earth, some stretching for hundreds of feet, depicting hummingbirds, monkeys, spiders, and long geometric lines. These designs, created by removing the reddish surface stones to reveal lighter ground beneath, are so massive that many can only be fully appreciated from the air. This raises an obvious question. How and why would
How could an ancient civilization, without any known method of flight, create images meant to be viewed from high above? Researchers generally believe the lines held ceremonial or astronomical significance, possibly related to water sources or seasonal calendars based on their orientation. However, no single theory has ever been universally accepted, and the exact purpose behind the specific figures chosen and the effort required to create them with such scale and precision remains a genuine open question. In the 1930s, archaeologists working near Baghdad uncovered a small clay jar containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod dating back roughly 2,000 years. When researchers later recreated the object using an acidic liquid like vinegar, it was capable of producing a small electrical charge. This led to widespread speculation that ancient civilizations may have understood basic electrochemical principles, potentially using devices like this for simple electroplating
or some other unknown purpose, over 1,000 years before batteries were formally invented in the modern era. Skeptics argue the object may have simply been a container for storing scrolls, with the electrical properties being an unintended coincidence rather than an ancient invention. Without further archaeological context or written records describing its true use, the object's original purpose remains formally unconfirmed, keeping the debate alive among historians today.
Here's what ties all 5 of these mysteries together. Each one exists in the real world. You can see them, touch them, study them with modern technology. And yet, despite everything we now know about ancient history, not one of these objects has ever been fully, definitively explained. Maybe some mysteries aren't meant to have neat, simple answers. Or maybe we simply haven't found the right piece of the puzzle. Which of these 5 mysteries do you find the strangest? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to Mystery Vault for more real unsolved mysteries. Next week's story might be even harder to explain.